This show is about looking, and it's about me looking at history and moving image. It's about how do you look at a painting, and when that painting is asking different things or made in slightly different ways than other paintings, how does that change your experience? And then what's this thing you're looking at now? Well, it looks like a photograph, but it's a painting. And then the animation really hits you over the head with that, because it's 5 screens that you can't see all at the same time, and they're constantly moving, so it's impossible to take it all in at once.
The current series is our contemporary art showcase here at the St. Louis Art Museum, and it's been going on for 114 iterations. It showcases a single artist's work, an up-and-coming or mid-career contemporary artist. I first saw a show of Matt's in 2010, and it was really a beautiful and haunting show, and it stuck with me for a long time. His work really bleeds into all these different media, and the first thing I thought was how beautiful it would be to see this combination of photographs, of video within the East Building. And the more we talked, he took that and he kind of was like, oh, I'll do prints and I'll do paintings, and it became this kind of showcase of media as well as conceptual framework that he always brings. But one of his major processes is using painting in many different media. So he uses painting in his photographs, he uses painting in his videos.
I trained as a painter, and so I think that the relation of painting to moving image has always fascinated me, and a lot of the work is about making these situations where they seem to bleed into each other. So coming here to visit the museum, it really captured my imagination how these galleries circulated and the way that you moved through the collection and through works. This is really embedded in a context. There's some works in this museum that I have loved from afar and was so excited to see. Richter's Betty, the Morris Louis that's here, the Julie Maritou in the next room. There's copper plate traditional etchings. I'm using the developing time in the acid as a kind of ersatz developer. There's photographs. I'm not using a camera. I'm making a painting that functions as a negative for exposing a photograph. There are paintings, which I'm painting on chiffon with oil paint, and then there's this animated video that incorporates ink, oil, powdered graphite, all kinds of materials into a digital animation. On one hand, the question of media is so important in my work. On the other hand, it's completely moot, that I'm always interested in this space between things. And so in the photographs, you're really standing somewhere between painting and photography. So I wanted all of the work to kind of pass a baton from one thing to the next, that there's the material that's in the paintings is the same as the screen material and draws these direct relationships between the painting and the video, in addition to the sight lines that we're setting up in the show. Between the stillness and the motion, I'm hoping that there's an experience of transport and having an encounter with something that asks things back of you.
It's an interesting kind of serendipitous moment where we actually have 3 contemporary art exhibitions up at SLAM all at the same time. So Matt's show is running simultaneously to the work of Thomas Struth. Struth's large-scale photographs also in a way mirror large-scale painting, and the way that he kind of crops and cites these technological sites. We also have a new media series of an artist named Ben Thorpe Brown, where he's dealing with a historic site in Germany and its technological history. All these issues of process, of technology, of medium shifting between these 3 exhibitions, and they're really wonderfully complementary of each other.